Hello and welcome to the National League Rugby Review Show, Round 19 highlights. Today we're at Woodlands in National 2 North to see the title battle between Fylde and Rotherham Titans. The home side have won 5 of their last 6 games, whilst Rotherham come into this still unbeaten. Something's got to give. Let's see how the action unfolds in Lancashire. Rotherham Titans will get us underway then this afternoon here on a crisp day at Woodlands. Both of these two sides looking to keep their promotion bids on track as David Fairbrother takes the high ball and immediately Rotherham Titans pouncing on their hosts. Greg Smith will line up this early penalty for Fylde in the blustery conditions which we'll see in the background. Greg Smith makes it 3-0 to Fylde, the first team on the board on the home side. Let's see what Rotherham Titans could do in this situation. These are the positions they love so far this season, and Harry Newborn is driving this more forward, and Newborn peels away really well, and is Newborn over? I don't think he is. I think he's being held up. That's a brilliant tackle from Greg Smith. And here comes that power once again from Rotherham Titans. Fylde can't live with them at the moment, and Zach Poole weaves his way to line. Is Zach Poole over the Rotherham flanker? I don't think he is. The referee confirms. Brilliant defending from Fylde again. Well, this would be an absolute bonus if Greg Smith can land this penalty just before the break. And he does just that. Well, considering all the pressure Fylde have been under, they lead 6-0 at half-time. Smith again looking to stretch Fylde's lead from the tee. And he does. He makes it 9-0 to the home side early in the second half. Newborn with the throw-in, pass down to Callum Buston. Lovely passing to Jake Cook, and Cook is away here. Lovely offload from Cook, back into Buston, and he's found Harry Dunn, and Harry Dunn is surging to the line. Tom Corton stretching to get there, and he doesn't this time, and Harry Dunn scores, and Rotherham are well and truly back in this contest. And now Fylde on the Rotherham 22. I think that ball has now been transferred to David Fairbrother. A bit scrappy there from Fylde, but Fairbrother opts to go inside rather than down the blind side. He offloads beautifully as Fylde trundle into the Rotherham 22 now. Again, showing the physical side there, the Titans, and the ball's transferred back to Sturgis, into Smith, Smith into Bedlow, Bedlow puts it up to Rawlings, Rawlings, brilliant play, Rawlings, oh that's a fantastic offload, and that is a brilliant try. Matt Sturgis under the sticks. Smith will have the simple task of making it 2 points extra. And here's Rawlings again, charging forward for Fylde. They've got a bit between the teeth now, the host. And into it goes Fairbrother again. Fairbrother this time halted by Rotherham. Sturgis looks left, then goes right. Another strong carry from the Fylde forwards. Really good pressure now from the home side. Sturgis finds Smith. Smith, great line from Carlton, who dances onto it beautifully. Carlton, brilliant for hands, and brilliant finish from Henry Hadfield this time into the corner. And now Rotherham close to the try line again. Can they keep themselves in this contest? And it looks like they're over this time. Callum Buston with a try. And Rotherham are going forward, and they are there. I think they are. Yes, they are. Under a crowd, the bodies. Callum Buston touches down, and that will be enough for the bonus point for Rotherham. And the conversion is also good. The Titans leave Woodlands with a bonus point, but their unbeaten record has come to an end as Fylde make it 6 wins from 7. Chris, many congratulations on the win. I mean, we've seen this season your side play some brilliant rugby, score some fantastic tries, but it felt like today the win was underpinned by some unbelievable defending.
It was, yeah, and we pride ourselves on working hard for both attack and defence. You know, certainly in attack, our game just doesn't happen. It's all built on hard work. So we're willing to dig deep and have a good defence as well. You know, we're not afraid of it.
I mean, you saw right at the end a massive turnover as well. It just seemed like everyone today knew how big that kind of result was, maybe.
Yeah, those are key moments in a game, and it's like you say, shifts of momentum. You know, people are under the cosh. They think you know, they're going to get over the line, they're going to go, they're going to keep going. It's that one moment, you know, and it deflates the opposition. Picks your lads up and you get that boost.
That's the key game in National 2 North complete, but let's head back to National 1 and we begin our coverage at Billsley Common. Steve Jackson wraps up the action from the third tier.
4 points on the road for Cambridge this afternoon against a Birmingham side that showed their vast improvement over the last few weeks, and indeed they had the last word, scoring the last couple of tries. Cambridge defence though won them the game, despite the fact that their first try was from a penalty try, and then there was a lovely inside pass from Matt Hemmer which put in Joe Tarrant for the second. Kieran Frost went over for the third. It looked like it was all over. Birmingham came back and really did the business, underlining just how good they have become since they lost down at Grantchester Road in September. But today it was 4 points on the road for Richie Williams' side and 5 wins in a row. A point lost maybe, but that's just been churlish.
Whilst Cambridge continued their excellent form, the same couldn't be said for league leaders Rotherham Park, who were stunned by an outstanding Bishop Stortford side. Josh Stannard's 2 second-half tries, created by the excellent Al Orchard, kept a tremendous performance. The table toppers did hit back, though, to secure a bonus point through Charles Piper. Off to Darlington Modern Park, where Caldy sealed their 7th win on the spin in ruthless fashion. The hosts opened the scoring through Callum McKenzie, but that was as good as it got, as Caldy ran in 6 tries, including 2 from Adam Egboke. DMP also ended a difficult afternoon with 14 men when Fred Lockwood was sent off 4 minutes from time. The red card theme continued in Yorkshire when Sale FC's Dan Birchall was dismissed on 28 minutes, but the third place side were never actually behind against Leeds Tykes. Jake Barron's score proved to be decisive for the visitors, whilst the home side collected a bonus point through Harry Robinson. 4 second-half tries for Cinderford saw them return to winning ways against Tunbridge Juddians. Luke Boone crossed for TJs in the first half, but the Foresters came roaring back with Harry Hone at the double. The visitors, who remained rooted to the bottom of the division, also had Mark Davey sent off on 66 minutes. A huge win at Old Bath Road for Rams RFC, who secured back-to-back home victories against Taunton Titans. It was a memorable day for Tom Vogt, who scored his 50th try for the club and also grabbed 2 of the Rams' 7 on Saturday afternoon. Debutant Ollie Down had gone over early on for Taunton, but this was a contest dominated by the hosts. And Blackheath have created some daylight between themselves and the bottom 3 after they beat Chinner at Well Hall. Jake Lloyd claimed 2 tries, whilst the rest of club's points belonged to fly half Jake Hennessy. Chinner's highlight came via Kieran Goss, who scored one of his side's 3 tries on his 125th outing for the Black and Whites. The shock at Silverlees was the standout result on another entertaining weekend in National 1. Rosslyn Park's 3rd defeat of the campaign means the gap at the top is now only 5 points, with all of their fellow promotion contenders winning in round 19. At the bottom, victories for Blackheath and Bishop Stortford had given them some breathing space.
Let's dive back into National 2 North now, and we start in the North East, where Wharfdale travelled to Blaydon. At Crowtrees, Wharfdale made it 2 wins on the spin as they defeated Blaydon 38-24. Jonathan Ashman had levelled things up for the home side after 10 minutes, but Bradley Vinner scored one of the Greens' 6 tries as the visitors took the game away from their hosts. There were more tries galore in Yorkshire as league leaders Hull brushed aside Tynedale to stay on top of the pile. Jake Rogers had opened the scoring for Tyne, but they were completely outclassed by Gary Pearce's league leaders, Iesvo Taunai finishing one of Hull's 10 tries at Chanterlands Avenue. There was also a successful afternoon for City rivals Hull Ionians, who ran in 7 tries to dispatch Harrogate at Brantington Park. 2 quick-fire scores, including this from Declan Thompson, had brought Harrogate back into the contest, but a lovely weighted pass from Ben Smith was latched onto by Josh Britton to cap off a good performance for the Eyes. Huddersfield led at half-time against Waxonians, thanks to this slick finish from Lewis Workman, and the Yorkshire outfit never relinquished their advantage from there.
Advantage over!
Jack Forsyth scored one of Lux's 3 tries, but Huddersfield were able to see out just their 2nd away win of the campaign. There was little to choose between Chester and Sheffield Tigers at Dormore, but the visitors led at the break thanks to this nice finish from John Craven. Tiger scrum half Sam Down scored almost immediately after half-time, before Mark Island's boot helped the Yorkshire side to victory. And it was another blistering first half display from Stourbridge as they smashed their way past Loughborough students to move into the 3rd in the league standings. An 8-try victory, including 2 from fullback Tom Bacon, made it a successful end to the month for Neil Mitchell's side, while Sam Kildun's effort was one of 3 scores on a difficult day for the students. It was an exciting afternoon in National 2 North, with 54 tries being scored across the division on Saturday. With Sedgley Park not in action, Hull now lead the way by 7 points, with Fylde and Stourbridge also rising. In the bottom half, there were good wins for both Wharfdale and Huddersfield. With National 2 North now wrapped up, we're going to National 2 South, where Esher were looking to make it 11 wins on the spin when they travelled to Barnes.
Esher maintained second position in the National 2 South table thanks to the tries from Fergus Donnelly and Thomas Mitchell. They sandwiched 2 penalties from Barnes' Robert Kirkby in what was a fairly low-scoring affair in West London. This means that Esher are now just 1 point off top place Clifton, who you will see later on did beat Hinckley on the road. Those 2 penalties from Kirkby. Here's the try from Mitchell coming up now. And there it is now, Mitchell about to glide in after being fed there. Now, next game was another fairly low-scoring affair. Barnstaple scoreless in front of 380 home fans, with tries from Bury St Edmunds' Christopher Bolton and Matthew Bursey the difference, the boot of Charlie Reid doing the rest there. This is quite the scrum, which was Bursey's score here. Here he is, just controlling it there at the base. Just flop on it, score the try, lovely stuff, job done. Then down in Bristol, Dings Crusaders picked up a pretty comprehensive win over Canterbury. Most of the work was done in the first half, but in the second half, Canterbury scored this try through Tristan King, which was their last effort in the game. And then Matty Smith scored perhaps the pick of the bunch for Dings with this score. Beautiful stuff here from Dings, just shifting it wide. Then Smith just charges through, scores the try to secure the win. Ashley Challenger scored one after that. Henley and Westcliff were involved in a 12-try thriller. This is Ruben Norville's second of the game as he races down the touchline there just to dot down. And this score here from, say, Jagby is perhaps the pick of the bunch for Westcliff, just pouncing on that loose ball there, kicking it through, showing some good footballing ability. Taps it one more time to get over there and then dots it down. There we go. Beautiful stuff. Clifton maintaining their place at the top of National 2 South with this pretty comprehensive 28 points to 15 win over Hinckley. Alex Hammond with a try of the game in this one, collecting this crossfield ball. There we go. Being his man, and he just races into the corner pretty much untouched until a little nibble at the end from the scrum half. But yeah, still makes it with a little bit of ground to spare. Try of the game for Hinckley in this one was this one by Tony B. Baldwin, the young man on loan from Wasps, finding a little gap, just powers through. Great try for the young man there. Redruth are still third, thanks to this win on the road to OAs. Steele Barker with this try here, but it was all started by the little tuck and go from Jack Alton. Gotta love. Very good score for Redruth. Very good away performance by Redruth as well. Long way to go to get to Hertfordshire. And now this try for Benjamin Charnock was probably the try of the game for OAs. A lot of heave and ho in this one, but he finds the gap there and he dots down after some hard work. Rochford losing this one, 34 points to 14. Some mishandling in the midfield there, just leading to Will Scholes' try.
Good.
Now this was definitely the try of the game. Jake Spivey, the beneficiary of this one. Look at that, just a front peel. You gotta love it. You love it when it comes off. So the scores on the doors at the end of that round mean that Clifton maintain their position at the top of National 2 South thanks to their performance on the road to Hinckley. Esher, having been unable to pick a bonus point at Barnes, means that they stay in hot contention for the top spot. Elsewhere, Bury St Edmunds condemned Barnstaple to a scoreless home performance. Henley scored 8 tries to beat Westcliff 48 points to 24. Old Albanian lost at home also, with Redruth scoring 28 points to their 21, and Rochford 100 fell to Worthing 34 points to 14. And of course, Leicester Lions versus Guernsey Raiders was called off as a result of a COVID-19 outbreak. Not too many changes at all in the National 2 South table. Clifton, Esher and Redruth all maintaining their places in the top 3 thanks to pretty good wins for them. Leicester Lions and Guernsey maintain their positions, having not played. That game will be rescheduled in the future. Bury St Edmunds have a little bit of a leap thanks to their win over Barnstaple. And at the bottom of the table, Rochford 100, Barnstaple and Westcliff were all unable to pick up wins at the weekend, meaning that they all still stay in the bottom 3.
And just before we go, we were lucky enough to speak to Bill Sweeney and Sir Bill Beaumont on Saturday to gauge their views on the national leagues. Here is a teaser of the interview, which will be released in full over the next couple of weeks.
I remember you opening a door for me at Vale of Loon at an under-12 session when I had a tournament there, it said, and you had a word with Danny. I said, well, I can't remember, but I can remember going to Vale of Loon many times with my 3 lads playing in those tournaments. So that's where the international start. Your Johnny Wilkinson's, that's where he started. And that's why I think community rugby has got so much to offer, you know, sort of, and it just to show what a great team sport rugby is.
So there we go then, Fylde stud tour to continue this brilliant home form, and the promotion race keeps ticking along. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.